Well, hello there. Welcome in. I'm really glad you're here. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a picture on Instagram wearing this shirt and green eyeshadow. So many of you said you loved the look and would love to see a tutorial of it, so I just couldn't resist. You know, I'm so excited about color these days, and I'm loving using blues and greens and other fun colors on my eyes. So that's what we're doing today. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here. Make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 and over 60 woman, make sure you stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. We're going to jump right into a full face of makeup today, and as always, all products that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into the makeup. I think I need to get my hair out of my face before we get started. And I'm going to start with my City Lips just to give my lips a little bit of volume while I'm doing my makeup. I've gotten so used to using this, I don't know how I'd feel if I didn't have it anymore. I'm sure I'd miss it a lot. For face primer, I'm going to be using the Stila One Step Correct. When I first started using this, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it, but gosh, I've certainly learned to love it. It does have these color correcting features inside the formula, which I think helps to even out skin tone. And also, I like the way it feels on the skin. It's very, very hydrating. It feels a lot like skincare. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use the ABH, the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. Let's see if I can get a tiny enough amount. I'll tell you, that's my hardest part, is just getting the smallest amount for my eyelids. To color correct, I'm going to use my Pixie Eye Brightener in the color Peach. I know this is so hard to find. It sells out so much, but it really is so very good and affordable. So I'm just going to tap that right into the purple areas. For brows today, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is in the color Light Blonde. And I'm just going to start by filling in the bottom of my brows to define that line and then moving up from there. For the eyeshadow palette today, we're using the Star Wars Mandalorian palette from ColourPop. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I think I saw the original one, I don't know, about 100 years ago. But this palette is very popular. I don't know any reason why it's called the Mandalorian palette. If you do, put it down in the comments below. I don't follow this series, so I'm not really up on the whole thing. However, it is a beautiful green tone palette, and I've used it a couple of times and really, really love it. I'm a big fan of the ColourPop formula. They're very, very easy to work with. They're beautiful colorways. They blend really easily and they're super affordable. This palette has some gorgeous green shades in it, and the reason that I find it so fun to work with is that the greens aren't over the top. They're a little bit more muted, which makes them nice and soft. For someone with more mature skin, I think it's just a pretty, pretty look. I'm going to be doing a fairly simple eye look today, really focusing on the greens in this palette. I'm going to take my 202 brush and start up with this neutral color up here in the corner. I'd read the names, but I can hardly see it. It's in light green writing. How am I supposed to see that? This is going to go in the transition area right above my natural crease. Just a little bit on my brush, not too much, tap it off, and then I'm just going to place that right above my natural crease really softly. Now I'm going to use that same brush and take this green metallic shade right here, and that's going to go all over the movable lid and up into the crease. Sorry about my finger, I scratched it the other day and it's still healing. So this is what that color looks like right here. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. Even though they look pretty green in the palette, they go on really subtly on the eyes. Isn't that just so very pretty? Get a little on my brush, tap it off, and that's going to go across the movable lid and up into the crease. To enhance that color on my lids, I'm going to get a little bit on my finger and tap it in with my finger, and that's going to make the color more intense right on my movable lid. Now I'm going to take my blending brush and just blend that in. I want to make a real smooth transition between that green up into that transition color. Now I'm going to take my finger again and dip it into this real light shimmer shade right here. It looks a little silver on the camera, but it kind of has a beautiful green shift to it. It's really pretty and really subtle. So you can see it right there, and that's going to go right in the inside corner of my movable lid. So I'm just going to tap that on right in that inside corner to highlight that area, and you can see the difference right there. And just blend that in. I think that's such a fun, easy eye look. For foundation today, I'm going to use my Dior Forever Skin Glow. This is one of my top foundations that I've found recently. I've added 3 foundations to my really good foundation list, and this is one of them. It's funny how I look at some foundations as more of a daytime foundation and some as more of an evening elegant foundation. I think this would fall more in the evening elegant foundation category. It has such a beautiful finish on the skin. It's a little bit dewy, a little bit glowy. I really like it. Today I'm using the color 1N. I'm going to start with about 1.5 pumps on the back of my hand and just dot that over my complexion. And I'm just going to start pouncing over the skin with the foundation brush to smooth it out and work it into all my little nooks and crannies. Now I'm going to take a damp sponge and just press that in. Every time I've used this foundation, it's just so easy. It just goes on beautifully. It doesn't look patchy. It doesn't give me the polka dot pores thing. It's just a really pretty finish on the skin. Makes it fun to play with makeup when the makeup plays nice. You guys are gonna laugh when you see the concealer I'm using today. I'm pulling out an oldie but goldie. This is the Age Perfect Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the color Brightener. I love this concealer. It is drugstore price. It's really good. And because I'm doing the Great Concealer Hunt, I had to include this in. So it has one of those sponge tip applicators. I don't like these things at all, but I'm gonna try it today just for fun to see if I still don't like it as much as I never ever liked them. So you just twist until you feel like you're getting some product up into that little sponge. Sometimes it feels like it takes forever. Let me see if there's any up there yet. Not yet. Keep twisting. That's what I don't like about these, is you can really never see where the product is in relation to the container. But if you don't like these, it's really easy just to rip the sponge off. So I've got a little bit right here. I'm going to just dot some. I'm just going to dot some underneath my eyes. It's still not coming out like I want it to. All right, I can't use this sponge thing. It's too frustrating. Okay. And look at all the product that was in there. Ew. I've got it all over my fingers now. Better without the sponge, at least for me. So I'm just going to dab a little bit underneath my eyes and then out in the corner. This is what it looks like without the sponge tip on there. This is so much better. Now I'm going to just start pressing that in. This is the 205 brush from BK Beauty. I'm really liking it for my under eye concealer. This concealer is so good. It's blending in so beautifully already. I like the brightening color because I like my under eyes to be a little bit brighter because I have so much heaviness with the skin not being taut up there anymore that it's really easy for my eyes to look very shadowy. Look at how good that concealer looks. Isn't that amazing? And it blended in so easily. Now I'm going to set it with my number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder, just the tiniest amount, right under my eyes. Then I'm going to spray the tip of my sponge with a little bit of setting spray. This is the Catrice Prime and Find Dewy Glow Fixing Mist. This is what I've been using underneath my eyes lately. Just going to tap that underneath my eyes to set that concealer. I'll have to say right now that concealer looks gorgeous. For contour today, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour 1. This is in the color Light, and it looks so dark, it doesn't seem like this is the color Light, but I promise you, it blends in really beautifully. The only complaint I have about this product is that that tip gets pretty messy. If you pick this up, watch out for that messy tip. I'm just going to put a little in the areas I want some contour. And here's a little something I've been doing. See that jowl right there? I put a little bit on that jowl so that kind of pushes that back in space. This is my stipple brush from Real Techniques. And just start blending that in. Isn't that just the prettiest look? I love this product. For blush today, it's going to be the Revlon Ravishing Rose. This is one of the latest colors in their line of powder blushes. It's really, really pretty, and the formula is really nice. You can see it right there. And then there it is on the back of my hand. Isn't that just the nicest color? Very spring-like. These particular blushes are very pigmented, so I've got to be soft in the application. Get a little bit on my brush, tap it off, and then just put that in right above that contour. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and blend that in. I like how the pink of that blush is playing off the green of that eyeshadow color. I think it's a pretty combination. I'm going to take my sponge and just press that in, particularly around the edges so they're very smooth. For highlight, I'm going to be using one of my absolute favorite products, and it's a drugstore price product, which is really cool. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. Love this stuff. I have it in the color light. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 colors in this line. I'm not really sure. It's just the most versatile product, and you can see it right there on the back of my hand. You can use this underneath your foundation to give you a little bit more glow. You can use it on your body to add a little bit of radiance to it. I like to use it for highlight because it's so pretty on the skin. Just going to take a little bit and tap that on the tops of my cheeks. And then I always like to put a little bit right on the front. I'm going to finish off the complexion with the Milani Prep Set and Glow. A little bit on my fluffy brush and just tap that over the face. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I mess that name up every single time I try to say it. I'm going to finish off the eye look now. This is my Sigma Essentials palette and a little flat brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of this color Snow on this brush. Tap it off, and then that's going to get run right underneath my eyebrow. You just don't need very much of this product at all. It is so pigmented. And then I take a little bit on my brush and put it on the inside corner of my eye to kind of counteract that shadow in there. For eyeliner today, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula. This is from one of those shimmer strip collections where there's 3 that comes in a set. This is from the Nude Eyes collection. It has a brown tube. It doesn't really look brown on the eyes. It's more of a black brown, if that makes any sense. I thought it would be pretty with this look today. So I'm just going to line along my lash line. And then at the very end, I'm going to put just a little bit of product on the outside corner of my eye, really going straight up from my eyelid. Take my angled brush and just smooth that out. And then when I get to the very end, I'm just going to turn my brush and flick it up to give me a little bit of a wing at that outside corner. Now I'm going to tight line my eyes with that same pencil, and today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I'll be right back. For lips today, I'm going to be using a Maybelline lipstick. This is in the color Pink Rose. It's such a beautiful, soft, rosy pink, which is why they call it a pink rose. And the lip liner is from NYX. This is called Tea and Cookies, and you can see them right here. Here's the lip liner, and there's the lipstick. Here we have the finished look. It is so much fun to work with color, and I'm really having a great time. I promise it's not going to last forever, but while it's fun, let's just keep at it. Really loving this little Mandalorian palette from ColourPop. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I'm definitely a fan of this fun little palette. Beautiful, soft, subtle greens in here. Great transition colors. I just think it's just a wonderful package if you're looking for a little bit more colorful, fresh eye look. Formulas are great, super blendable, super affordable. I really don't think you can go wrong with this palette if you're looking for a little bit of fun color. I have to laugh, this Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is in the color Brightener from Maybelline. It is so good. I have tried so many high-end concealers lately that are not nearly as good as this one. And what is this, about $7 or something? It's so affordable. Really loving this. It worked really well under my eyes today. Brightened them, covered up my dark circles. I tapped it out a couple of times just to get the creasing out, but gosh, this is just a great little affordable concealer. And the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, I've actually had this for a while. It is a great lengthening mascara, but here's where it really, really stands out. it doesn't clump. In other words, my eyelashes look very, very fluffy. They're not all clumped together. And here, I'll give you guys a close-up so you can see how they look. It's really kind of a magical formula. It does lengthen, but gosh, it really does keep it looking like you've got lots and lots of eyelashes. So enjoying this formula from Too Faced. I'm so glad that you joined me for this fun green eyeshadow eye look. I hope you found it fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50, over 60 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just makes my day when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.